Morning, everyone. So this is going to be a different type of video. I don't usually do these, but I guess I kind of do this, but not really. I'm going to talk about the social media. I'm going to talk about myself, kind of what I've noticed in my analytics and the social media space in general. This kind of ties into the attention market that I brought up a while ago. And I think it's important for everybody to know that everybody already knows. You're all making content. Everybody's making content now. And there's a lot of short videos. Unfortunately, you can't hit the dislike button anymore on these short videos. So I guess you have to hit don't recommend channel. Now, this is going to turn into a new age of social media. This new age of social media will be like knocking this out of the ring, this person out of the ring, and that person out of the ring. That's the kind of stuff that's going to end up happening. If you're making slop content with AI, depends on how good that content is, but you might get kicked, booted out of that ring. Okay. Another type of content that's going to get booted out of the ring is reaction videos. So if you're reacting to a video of a person doing something or demonstrating something or explaining something, that kind of content is going to get knocked down if you're making that content. This kind of content, real content, people speaking to the camera, showing their personality, may win in the end. That's what I'm thinking. And as I get ready for this day, as I get my coffee going, as I get ready for the day, and I'm going to go work. I've been up all night, but that's not a big deal because I have a good head on my shoulders today. I'd like to talk about this a little bit more. So on my channel, I've noticed, well, we got 1,320 subs. We got over 1,300 subs straight through. And I'm going to ignore the comments for now. I'll answer your comments at the end. All right. Well, maybe while I lose my train of thought or something, but right now I'm not going to lose my train of thought. So the types of videos that really were boosted by the algorithm were reaction videos for a while because people wanted to learn stuff. It was like if somebody's reacting to something, you see the same video that they're reacting to rather than the actual reactor. On my video with that rug pull, you see a reaction, but you also see me in it. So it's easy to see the personality. Like I said earlier in the video, basically I think personalities are going to win this whole race. But I know that a lot of people are making their own content. We got 7 people joined right now. I mean, we just got into this a few minutes. So basically what you guys want to have in mind if you're making content, don't do reaction videos on shorts because likely people are going to think that that's not genuine content and they're going to hit the don't recommend channel. So okay, somebody just said something weird. I don't know what that is, but that was a weird name, so I'm going to do that. So if you're a content creator and you're trying to get into the space, don't make reaction videos. If anything, make a video with a little bit of like a modification to it. So that's the only way that you could really do it is make a modification, right? And yeah, this is just weird stuff, man. Make a simple modification, make it yours. That's how you're going to actually win this race. No, I'm making coffee. So there's going to be a kicking out, a booting out of certain types of content. And what I'm noticing on my channel is that my live streams are gaining regular subs. I'm going to do this too. It's not only because I've been doing this, but I'm sure that this helped it along a little bit. So put on subscribers only mode, doing this kind of stuff. So let this be a little bit of a tutorial video into the social media space. If you're new to the social media space, you haven't made content before, you're going to have to work really hard to get followers. You're going to have a personality. You're going to have to crowdsource. It's going to be very, very hard. Like, it's getting more and more difficult, but I have been having a steady increase of subs. In the last, week, I've gone like up 100 subs, something like that. So I'm actually doing pretty well, but I know why I'm doing well. It's because I'm portraying my actual personality to you guys and I've been very straight. We're reaching a new age where truth is enlightenment. Enlightenment is going to be found through truth. People are looking for this enlightenment, and this is going to be, where it goes. They want to see real human beings, but they don't want to see that in a reaction video. And what I'm saying is that don't make reaction videos and shorts, because I am going to put don't recommend this channel, so I don't have to see that crap. So that's how, personally, that's how I'm going to deal with it. I can't imagine that's what else somebody else is going to do. So let me get my coffee ready and stuff, and I'll speak further on this. A little intermission. Do I have a PS2? Nope. People have always been kind of seeking answers in this space, but like they kind of stayed away from true personalities because they were looking for actual indulging content, stuff that they can learn from. It's very rare that they would watch somebody like me, but look at my subs. They go through the roof compared to where I was at before. But we're reaching into a new age. This doesn't just go out to the content creators. This also goes out to the viewers. So viewers, there's going to be a lot of people that make a lot of content, and you're going to get overwhelmed in the shorts. If you need to filter out your shorts, check the don't recommend channel. So, you don't have to deal with these reaction videos, basically. Because you're going to get bombarded with them. People have realized that reaction videos are getting huge amounts of views, and the AI content is dying. People aren't making new AI types of content. Hello, welcome, Charlie. You're making me blush. Let's see. More. Make sure this is actually not bad. Feels like this stuff that I'm putting in my coffee is like ageless. But I just gotta make sure. So extreme content, that's been hard to find for a long time. You didn't find too many people that were willing or able to take video of extreme content, but you've only seen them really on TikTok. Well, it's coming over to YouTube. There's a lot of people actually putting extreme content on YouTube, and that is what's next. So if you're a person that looks for content, tries to pass on content, that's what you're looking for, is the extreme content. Look at Red Bull. Red Bull videos have gone extremely viral. It's insane. So, and it's going to be a rat race, basically. So be careful. Don't do anything crazy, but you might have to do something crazy in order to get views. So we're going into a new age, though. It's an age of enlightenment through truth, and a personality is truth, because you're seeing what that person has to say from their perspective. You're actually making that connection with them. And it's unfortunate that it's going to be like this. There's going to be a huge separation from personality to viewer. You're going to be paying to watch a YouTuber, basically, unfortunately. It's going to be ridiculous. Good morning. Welcome everyone. So I'm just getting my coffee ready, getting ready for the work day. I hope everybody's ready for work. Everybody's ready to get done what they got to get done today. Get trumping. Make this country great again. So let me throw this on the charger real quick. It's going to be a little bit of a different view here. Yeah, if you're a new content creator, be patient, but don't be patient because it's gonna get really hard to actually retain viewers. You're gonna have to be yourself. Don't lie about who you are, what you're about, what you believe in, and be rash about it. I've been very successful so far by just being myself, being rash. I mean, the other night I was telling people to shoo off my page. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure that you guys understand that I don't mean that personal. I was just having a bad day. But that's part of, my personality. Once in a while, I'll be a little bit angry and I might act a little angry. I might be, a little bit pissed off one day, but don't let that hold you back. Be yourself, because that's what people are looking for. Right now, that's what people are looking for. Some can get really rude. What I did the other night, I was like calling you guys fleas. I was like, go scram, go watch Clavicular. Go watch somebody who's rich, who has like all kinds of money. And I noticed that somebody actually like to click the like off. He's like, oh, this dude's being rude. I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's how you have to be. So be yourself. Don't be scared about who you are as a human being. Humans are not perfect, but try to be as genuine in a way that also try to be good. Be nice to people, be decent people, try to be reasonable. So I'm not saying just be rude to everybody, but what I'm saying is don't lie. If you're generally a rude person, they're gonna be able to see that. So if you're a content creator, there's two things you got to watch out for: reaction videos and being not genuine with your audience. Letting it all out. Blech. I think we're reaching a new age of truth. And I think the AI surveillance that's going to be implemented is going to reach out and find those who are actually being truthful. And basically they're going to, find those who are liars and kick them out of the algorithm. So those who are making reaction videos on people who are doing things, wow, he's doing a craft. That's not helping the crafter. I'm seeing these videos come in on my feed, and I'm seeing one after the other, people reacting to what somebody else made, and then I don't even see a link. Like, that's so not genuine. Like, you got to put the link for that video if you're going to make that video for, of somebody else's content. Yeah, we're all perfectly flawed, God loves us the way we are. We're not perfect. God made us. He loves us exactly the way he made us. Like, so you got I'm gonna bring up Pump Fun. I know people hate Pump Fun, but you can find me on Pump Fun at Godfinger, and I've been going live on there again. But here's the thing: I'm noticing people on Pump Fun that are literally calling out for rug pulls. They're telling their audience, get into the coin, pull out 2 or 3x. And basically they're being genuine, and they're still getting followers. You see what I mean? Everybody's going to fall into place where they belong. And then they're going to be easier to find. Oh, we don't want to belong with that tribe or this tribe or the other tribe. Be who you are. I've made a few mistakes where I wasn't like consistent in a few of the things that I've said. And it's just because of mistakes. It's not really on purpose. It's not me being not genuine. It's that I didn't explain it properly. But those who have been watching me long enough know the way I am. And they understand that there's a roller coaster. It's going up, it's going down. It's, you're never going to get it perfect. You're never going to truly be able to express who you are every time. But if you try and you're truthful, people will be able to see that, and they'll come back and watch you. But so if you guys are trying to clean up your feed, by the way, you can't hit the dislike button anymore. So what else do? You hit the don't recommend the channel. That's why I'm saying don't make reactionary content, because when people hit that button, you're not going to be seen by them anymore, and they won't even give you a chance because they can't. They don't even know you exist anymore. So when I made a reaction video, I made sure the thumbnail showed me in it. showed that I was reacting to it. It's a genuine, okay, that person is actually reacting to it. If they flip through the feed and find it, they might be like, what the hell? I don't want to watch this. I'm not a person who flips through the feed. I'm like looking for the thumbnail. I want to see what's on that thumbnail. Is it genuine? Does it match the description? Does it match what I'm looking for? And I'll find out if I like it based on the thumbnail. So make sure if you are going to make reaction videos, make it apparent that that's you reacting to it. Otherwise, I am going to hit don't recommend channel because it's rude at this point. The way people are going about their content, it's so rude. They grab somebody else's idea, basically, somebody else's hard work, and they make it their own because they're like, oh, I'm going to react to it. So. But I'm noticing the trend of people I've never even seen before, like people that I don't care to watch are sitting there staring at somebody else do something. I'm like, why am I watching this? I'm watching somebody else watch somebody else. Like, I don't even care what this video is. Swipe. So, like, it was so not genuine. The last one that I saw, something about lighters. And it showed like a lineup of lighters, and then you go into the video and you see almost a full video of what the content actually is that the person's reacting to, and then you look up top and you see this little tiny little bar up there, and I'm just like, what is this guy doing? So I swipe away quickly. But it leads into a bigger conversation that I'm gonna have. So the world has been untruthful in a way. Everybody's been hyping and stuff and basically lying to each other. And if you're a person who has lied to somebody else, tell them the truth. Be honest. Be totally genuine with them. Do that before AI finds out. Because AI is overpowering. It's not what you think. Like, oh, I just use an AI agent and ask it questions. No. There's AI mass surveillance that will be able to decrypt things. Once they apply it to quantum computing, once they fix that quantum computer to work right, which is going to be an optical chip, they're going to need to use that. I've called that out since 2018. In order to make quantum computing work, or the fastest type of computing work, you're going to need optical chips. Once they figure this out, everything's going to be decrypted, and all of your information, all the stuff that you thought was private, is now public. Your entire trail. Just because you used a VPN, that doesn't protect you. That it can decrypt that too. So I have a challenge for my viewers. It's going to be a hard-hitting one, but the sooner that you're truthful with the people that you may have lied to or whatever, or been not fully genuine with, be truthful with them as much as you can. Things paid off for me because I was truthful, because I was honest about it. I was upfront about me, my actions. Like, for instance, so I went on to Pump Fun, and I'm like, these assholes keep rugging people. So I made an account. It's called Rugging Everyone. So I'm in the phantom chats, and I'm like, just making these silly GIFs. But me being honest about that, hey, that I'm not rugging anybody. Look at me, I'm broke. You know what I mean? But what if I just continued to do that and didn't have it on record that, look, I just made an account called that, and I went around and trolled the chats. What if somebody found out that I'm the person going around these chats and saying, oh, careful, you know what I mean? And I'm just like acting like I'm the rug puller, and the chart's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Sometimes these charts are going way up in the air, and I'm just like, oh, careful, don't be nervous, And so it's like, it's going to protect me in a way because I've already put it on record that that was me. When somebody finds out the truth and they had to find it out through your lies, that's when it screws you. That goes for everything. If everybody's skeletons came out of their closet all at once, the world would be a much better place, because people would understand that people are not perfect. Your neighbor is not perfect. Your cousin is not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but everybody's got to be honest. I said something the other night, or was it last night, that was like beyond honest. It was like, I was forthcoming. with my honesty. And it felt empowering. But what was the kind of effect? It was that people were actually happy that I told the truth. That's what matters at the end of the day. Are you telling the truth, and are you willing to better yourself? So they're trying to also see if you're trying to better yourself. So I'm not saying be rude and just be honest about it, like honestly rude. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to be rude, if you're going to do something that's dishonest, be honest before they find out. That's just my public awareness statement for the morning. Last night I talked about how if you have a child and they're on an e-bike, make sure they have a helmet. 100%. Like, it just irked me to see just this young kid like riding an e-bike like mine, not wearing a helmet. Because here I am going 45 miles per hour down the road. If I crash, the chances of me not existing anymore is really high. But because I have a delivery bag on, I can get away without wearing a helmet. I can get away with that. If I land somewhere, I'm going to land on the bag. Most likely going to land on the bag rather than directly on my head. So just I do these little awareness things. I think bringing awareness to the problems in the world is better than trying to attack the problem head on. You can't fight. You just can't keep fighting fire with fire every single time. Yeah, you got to do it sometimes, but it's a better outcome if you teach others how to protect themselves, especially the people that you care about. So that's why I'm saying be honest, because the world will be a lot better place. Yeah, somebody might be like, oh, I don't want to hang out with him because he said this. But the reason why they're like that is because they've ran into too many lies before. So when they hear something that's scary that they heard in a story somewhere, they're going to piece it together with, oh, what else don't I know? But if you're an honest person, then they might trust you a little bit more. They might respect you a little bit more. Now, what I'm saying is, okay, I just went off screen to light up a cigarette. Wow, right? But I'm being honest, okay? And I'm not shoving it in your face, I'm trying not to. That's why I do it off screen. You know, I'm over here, you guys don't have to see it. Waking up, getting ready for work. So it's you're a lucky person if you don't smoke. Never smoke. It costs money, man. Very bad for you. There was something that a doctor told me. He said, you better quit cigarettes soon. And I was like, well, yeah, obviously, it's bad for my health. And he explained to me why. If you smoke cigarettes, you drain the elasticity out of your veins. So it's less like, that's why you get cardiovascular problems. But it's less about, oh, you're going to get, your lungs clogged or anything like that. It's all about the elasticity of your veins. The longer you smoke, the more that carbon that's sapping your elasticity out of your veins will continue to do so. But good morning, everybody. If you want to go check out my Pump Fun channel, I also go live there. But have in mind, I'm trolling the trolls over there too. I'm likely not going to use those tokens in my project. I'm likely going to use a different token, a different set of tokens, the same types, but a different set of tokens on another account that I'll obviously disclose publicly and give everybody the links to. If you want to find out more about the project that I'm building, go to t.me/volatile legacy, and it's a public channel on Telegram. So you don't have to add me as a friend to go see what I'm doing. All you have to do is join the channel and see what it's about. You could probably even just visit it real quick, But I don't have verify checks or any of that stuff. It's the subscribers. If you subscribe, nobody can see your subscription, like that you're in that group. Only I can. So that's protected as well. But it's pretty safe to do that. If you are new to Telegram, make sure you hit that peer-to-peer messaging off, so people can't see your IP if you add them as a contact. Sometimes, I don't know if you start the app with it's labeled for everybody can see it or not, but I had it to contacts only, and somebody hacked my shit. You don't want that. So be careful. Be careful out there. Truth is important because everybody should be able to protect themselves, but they need the information first. You can't protect yourself if you don't know what to shield yourself from. That's why it's important to tell the truth. Let's say, a close friend of yours or something, you didn't tell them the full truth. They may not know where you went, and they might walk off a cliff thinking that you went off that cliff, thinking that there was just a little plateau underneath. You want to be honest, especially to your close ones. If you're a person that's heavily dishonest with the people around you, you don't want to see the close ones to you get hurt, and likely they might even actually accidentally, indirectly harm you. So it can actually have unintended side effects, unintended consequences if you tell a lie. I think when you're younger, when you're like in your 20s, you don't really think about this stuff. You don't really realize that stuff. Even 28, you're not really realizing that stuff until you're past 30 and then you start taking it seriously. So I hope that everybody can, even if they already know about it in their 20s, 30s, or whatever, 40s, 50s, I hope that this helps you understand why maybe the world that you left behind has been trashed, or how to fix it by telling the truth. Simple as that. Now I'm just gonna chill with you guys. So what's up? Throw it in the comments. Holders only, chat. You gotta subscribe first. So as you can see, that was less about content creation. It was more about the world in general, the world as a whole. A lot of people are telling lies, and that has led us down a path of confusion. And even the people that wanted, peace, prosperity, they may have told a small lie, and that lie leads somebody else off a cliff, somebody that you actually care about. That's the consequence. Unintended consequences for telling a lie. You thought it was harmless until it happens. And I'm glad that I've told the truth. So hopefully my being open can help other people that I care about not jump off that cliff. But that also includes, you got to ask your friends questions. You got to try to get that information from people. You got to communicate. You got to communicate with the people around you. Sometimes it's hard though. Some people don't want to actually communicate in the right way. Somebody was asking me, have you tried this? Have you tried that? When involving, some of my personal situations. And I was like, yeah, I've tried. Some people you just can't reach. Some people you just can't talk to. So in that case, well, they might walk off that cliff and it's not your fault. You tried. So don't guilt yourself if you told the truth and you tried to tell the truth. It is what it is. Bad things happen. And that's generally why bad things happen to people that don't deserve it. So when people think, oh man, that wasn't deserved, that wasn't deserved. Maybe it wasn't deserved, but it happened because somebody told a lie at some point down the lane. I feel like lies are the beginning of every sin. And that's what led me to classify in my head that Satan is basically the lie. But then on top of that, it's in songs too. So it's like too many people know it, and evil people know it the most because they're the ones telling the lies. And they're evil because they're possessed, not because they're deities or something. Yeah, if you're a new creator, this isn't all about creation or anything. It's just, I'm talking about the big picture above all. Last night I saw the conclusion to something and I realized that it was a good thing that I told the truth. I'm not saying spill your guts, but what I'm saying is be as honest as you can. At least definitely with the people around you, but even with the world around you, you want to be honest, so people aren't led down the wrong path. They might walk off a cliff. Like, what if I told you guys, hey, go check me out on Pump Fun, and just left it at that, and then you guys go dump a ton into the tokens? Like, I'm trying to make sure that you guys know that I may not be using those tokens for the project because of, first of all, I get a lot of trolls on there, a lot of Jito bundlers. So I might make a new account, create the token with liquidity and lock it so that these assholes can't get the token and screw with it. But I don't want anybody to jump off a cliff. That's why I said, for the people who have been watching my channel for a little bit, that's why I told you guys, if you do get any of it, only grab $1 of it. Don't throw $10 on it. Don't throw $100 on it. Be genuine with the people around you, and you'll see good results. You may not see those results immediately, but it pays off at the end. Like, I'm the type of person that goes and spills my guts. Welcome, Missy Frederick. Welcome. We got Charlie Does Nails. Welcome. John. Who else? Let's see. Village Idiot 1011. You making popcorn? What are you, an idiot? No, I'm just kidding. Zohaib Jamal. Rick Roman. All right, give the shout outs. Let's see. What else could I say? Not much. I'll throw my little filter on so a little bit less ugly and old. How dare I? Down here in Florida. Noom. Flow riding. So wish me luck on this day. Hope I can get some orders today really early. It's like 6:30, right? 6:40. I turn my dash on in about 20 minutes. How much battery do I got? I got 50%. So what I should probably do is end the stream, but I figured I'd do a little check-in, get a little, maybe some insight for the day, maybe save a life or two, and save somebody's relationship with God. I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope everyone's day is blessed. Thank you for joining, and I appreciate the likes. Have a good day.